right this time. Take a look around. Look what you did last night. What you did last night. Never heard a sound. Yeah, I know that you told me one day you'd show that you were right this time. You were right this time. Oh no, now the truth comes out and I know that you warned me about it. Shallow, you were only ever in for yourself, yeah, in for yourself. Oh great, fantastic, you mastered it all. Lie like you plastic, but that is so wrong. Over your antics, you scared me out. I hope that you're happy now. Yeah, you're right this time, you're right this time. Take a look around, look what you did last night. What you did last night, never had a time. Yeah, I know that you told me one day you'd show that you were right this time. You were right this time, yeah. Flashing, hid your cards away for nothing. Time you told me you.
Check, die Voswetter. Naand al die mooi mense in Keisel. Kyk nou hoe's daai vos. Goeienaand al julle hoenderholle. That is the chicken anuses. How are you all doing tonight? It is still a wonderful holiday for me though. So I'm still relaxed. And we got a new bed today. Me and my wifey. A queen size bed. Because I mean, let's face it, the bed which we had since our wedding day and never replaced it though. So you had knobs starting to stick out and things like that though. I think the mattresses on Robben Island in those cells were better than what ours was. So in any case, hopefully you start getting decent night's sleep then. Very good. By the way, talking about night's sleep, any of you guys in chat ever use that CPAP machine? That thing which you put on your face, which basically blasts a lot of air in your airways, especially if you one of those people with relaxed airways, which start closing down when you do, and then you start snoring there. And for sleep apnea as well, when you actually stop breathing, apparently in the night. So yeah, I actually went for one of those tests quite a few months back, and apparently the lady said, what did she say? I almost stopped breathing for 99 times in that night. But according to me though, I thought it was natural. I mean, I did a bit of biology back in the day at university and physiology, and according to me, you tend to stop breathing, especially when you talk. Every time when you talk or in your dreams you want to say something, you need to stop breathing. So I don't see that as a big problem though. But anywho, I might be wrong, but I know these guys are pushing to sell those things, and they are very expensive. I mean, the one which we bought, I think the medical aid contributed about 11,000 rand, and then we still had to pay an additional 4,000. It's ridiculous how expensive those things are. But anywho, be that as it may, I'm back from holidays. I had a decent rest. It's a pity we couldn't catch any fish along the Breda River. The Breda River was fairly low. If you watch the video which I actually made, you will see that it is fairly low, the river, and there's a lot of river plants and algae. There's a lot of what's it, eutrophication? What is that English? Afrikaans, eutrophicatie. But that's when there's when there's algae bloom inside the river, and that there was a bit of a stinkiness there as well, and that was a bit of a bummer. Actually looking forward to catching a bit of fish though, and the kids swimming. Didn't think the river was going to be that low. In any case, so Charles van Niekerk has been waiting here for such a long time already. Zahir Jardine, he's in the house. Zahir, I hope you're enjoying your what's it, custard. Your custard juice, you did receive it. I know there's home comforts as well. Hello, Christian Bainkies. Pierre de Kok, Christian Bainkies says he has actually been smoke-free for 2 weeks now, which is brilliant. Don't go back to that crap. It's not worth the while. It sucks to smoke. I mean, this, and I never would have said it when I was a smoker. I mean, as I said, it's such a transitional phase or transitional process when you smoke that you never realize that you start stinking, or you never realize the effect it has on your respiratory system or whatever, because it's such a slow process. So when somebody tells you you stink, you smell on your perky and say, What you talking about now? Ek muffie, jy muff, jy ruik jou bolip. That's what the Afrikaans oaks like to tune. Jy ruik jou bolip. But yeah, when you stop actually, then you start realizing, oh my lordy lord. And I'm actually very thankful that I stopped, that I started vaping for probably the last, or smoking, because my wife stopped first. And when she stopped, I decided, I'm not going to be rude. I am going to smoke outside. So for the past probably year, I was smoking outside. And I mean, that made a huge difference to the way in which the house actually smelled. And then you start feeling bad, because that's what people actually, the idea which they got of your house when they actually came in, and you never realized it as a smoker. So, Christian, stay away from that evilness. You're going to get your nicotine in any case through your, and that's what you're after in any case. That's what you want. That's the stimulant which your brain needs, which it's been accustomed to, and you got rid of all the bad crap which is also in smokes. So yeah, congratulations, that's awesome. AKS, enjoy the life. Naand almal, hoop, julle het 'n mooi dag gehad, sê Dion Danhauser. Hallo mooi mense in Keizer. Force, hol het nie meer Force sê. Congrats, I'm going to advertise. Force has got a gig. He's got a gig coming up for May, but I'll show you the poster as well. It's not that he asked me to do that though. It's just because I've got so much faith in this guy's voice. And I mean, he's one of those artists, those oaks where you just feel comfortable in his presence. He's almost as stouty as me. He's getting there. I gave him the correct exercises which he needs to do if he wants to get this physique. But I mean, he's not far off though. But let's face it, fat oaks are friendly oaks. I mean, you got to appreciate us, because we don't live as long as the rest of you. Hey, any case, so yeah, so if you're in the area, in Cape Town area, and you're looking for something to do, then lekker musiek, lekker op die oor. Gaan Force vir julle bietjie sing. Yeah, Warren also says congratulations over there. Landry says good evening guys, and girl, is the girl in the house already? I haven't seen the girl's name yet. I don't think Chantal has popped in so far. Good evening gang, glad to join you once again. Arihanto, I'm going to show Arihanto. Just when Arihanto got his hex, and I actually said I'm going to start up my hex as a tribute to make him feel welcome into the hex family. There the oak comes and posts a new bumpity bump and gets a new, I hope he's using his hex tonight. Yo. The thing is, I do not want to start up two Tauran beasts, because I've got the black one on the hex at the moment, and the rush you get from the flavor, it's just too intense. I might get a little angina going over here if I keep on vaping these two after one another. It's just too much. But in any case, so it is the black Tauran beast which I've got on there, if you want to check that out. And lekker vape. And this is what I've got inside there. Remember I told you guys about this mango and banana, which I actually thought was a very nice, I would never have thought of trying to put those things together. And it's actually a very nice vape, believe it or not, very nice vape. That's lekker lappie. So Arihanto, I'll show his bumpity bump vape mail, his new gear which he got himself. Now I couldn't get any gear. This month I'm standing totally still waiting on a response from Ginger Vapor. Almost said just Ginger again. But apparently you have to wait 14 days, or they told me to wait an additional 14 days before they're going to refund me, just to see where the parcel is. Now, the last tracking which I did, and it's so weird. Remember I told you guys that the parcel went from Florida all the way to Canada, and was in Montreal, Canada for quite a while. And then after this holiday, when I came back, I thought, just check the tracking number, check where it is now. You can't believe where it is now. It is, I didn't even know there was a Jamaica in New York. Something like that. But that's where the mod currently is in Jamaica. So yeah, but let's give it 6-7 more days, and then I'll just email them and find out, listen, what's going on. It would be nice if they could refund me, and it still pitches up here in 6 months' time. That would be cool, because that happened once before when I actually did coil building and I ordered a lot of wire from Lightning Vapes. And I waited for 2 months, didn't see anything, thing just disappeared. And I told them, hey, sorry boys, I never received my package. And they actually refunded me. And Lord knows, they're 4 months down the road, a package comes. And I totally forgot about it. There the wires are. I don't know what they do with these packages in South Africa. Why it stands still for such a long time in warehouses. And then all of a sudden the oaks wake up and say, oh yeah, there's something, I remember that thing, that thing with a lot of spider webs on it. Check, yeah, it's a parcel. Just gooi hom agter in the bakkie. And I think that's how they operate with a lot of these things. Down here. Manne Marak. Good evening, gang. Glad to join you once again. Charles van Niekerk, good to have you here. Yeah, I spoke to Charles a bit earlier. He's not very happy with the longevity of the TPP coils. And I must say, these mesh coils, even that last, the Krimhilde, I just get the feeling these things are made to last a week and then they just give up, then they die. So yeah, even though they produce very nice flavor, it's a pity that the flavor drops after about 5 days, and then at 6-7 days you decide, no, put in another one. And that's why I just prefer these type of coils, just to put in decent white collar blue aliens in all my nummies. Comes consistently out at 0.21, 0.22, and I'm at my happy place at 80 watts. And that's why I gooi die wolke. Tenis Mulder. Goeienaand, Tenis Mulder. You can see at the bottom over there, I had to rearrange my scrolling business over there because we got 2 additional members there, which is absolutely amazing. Anton Visser joined us as well, but you can read all the names over there. G Monkey's there, Landry Delport, Chantal Marais, Midnight Vos, Pierre de Kok, Etienne Jacobs, and all those oaks. Everyone excited for that moment, which is next Thursday again, where there's going to be a prize. But because I'm giving that prize, that will probably only be for the tertiary and the honors oaks. But yeah, and Anton Visser and Timothy Victor. Timothy Victor also joined us, the Biltong man. So you oaks, if you organize a vape meet at the top of there, you know you got to invite Timothy, because you know what he's going to bring to that meet. Meat. Billies. He's going to bring billies. And talking about vape meets, down here in Cape Town, we have got a vape meet this coming Saturday. So yes, we decided this about 2 weeks ago before the holidays, and we thought that this would be a great day. I think it's Workers' Day or something like that. I'm not even sure. But in any case, so this Saturday, just down the road from me, there's a place called Oakdale Club. And I mean, it's very informal. You just pop in there. If you want to stay a half an hour, just have a drink and chat to the oaks, you're more than welcome to do that. But I mean, it's normally from 12 o'clock onwards, whenever you want to leave. So yeah, but normally we end off before 6 o'clock, put it that way. But you can come and go as you wish, and you can chat to the guys and get advice and check out their mods which they've got. Because I mean, these oaks, they're not as active. I don't think you've met any of them before. They're not active in the chat. Not any of them, which I know at the vape meets, is active inside this chat. So in any case, but yeah, these oaks have been vaping for such a long time though. So there's a little world of knowledge waiting for you this coming Saturday. So remember that, Oakdale Club from 12 o'clock down here in the Bellville area. In die Bellville in. So jy kan 'n draai kom maak aan, ja, natuurlik. So yes, Warren D says, hi Arihanto, let's quickly see let's quickly scroll up there. I don't want to miss anyone. I do not want to miss. There's a hell of a lot of blues and a hell of a lot of greens. There's Henry Landsberg. Yo! And Henry Landsberg is enjoying he's laden with his blimey, he says. He's having a lot of fun. I'm also going to post a picture of Vos, who's proudly still using his Furion, which he actually also won in the competition. So that's nice to see you guys actually enjoying the fruits of your labor. But remember, I'm not going to be angry if you guys sell it though, or if you puff it to somebody else. I mean, obviously, not everyone that wins something is going to need that prize. I mean, you're more than welcome. I'm not going to feel bad about it. So honestly, not at all. But it's nice to see you guys actually use it. That's lekker. Hey, there's Chantal Marie. He's in the house. Guy W is over here as well. Here, hier mis ek alweer 'n klomp goeders. Hier is môre hy filies ook. Hier, oh my wordy word. There's Morne Phyllis, welkom Morne, naand almal. Hy Vos, ek moet sê vir Vos hallo. These belangriker mense hier so in hierdie chat as Vos, want there's more important people here as Vos. Okay, there's Guy W, and while I see Guy W, for those members who has actually woken up, will see that I actually posted the recipe of redwood. I have posted the recipe for the members though, all of the members from primary, whatever. So if you're interested in that recipe, you can just become a member for a month. It's only going to cost you 10 Rand. And then you can contribute to the channel, and I can wait for the New Ages Legend and use your money to buy the Legend, and then I can review it because they're not sending it to me. I've got no idea why they don't send it to me. Because I doubt there's a more loyal Geek Vape user, especially the Ages user, than this guy over here. Oh my word, everywhere I go, that's my daily. That's the guy that's always with me, with maybe one or two other mods, but Derek's with me. But in any case, so yeah. And at a later stage, Guy W is going to make it available. He's going to post it himself on social media as well. So anywho, but that's regarding the recipe. So thank you very much, Guy, for sharing that recipe. That's very much nice. So now we've got two special recipes, well, besides my recipes, obviously, but two commercial recipes, which has been bottled and sold in shops, which is available to you guys. So that's nice, man. That's nice. Okay, Timmy, hey, Fossie, blah, 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 is alweer Foss. Ek sien net Foss se naam orals. Yes, I use the CPAP. Pierre uses the CPAP. Pierre, how long did you take to get used to that thing? And not that anyone else is going to probably know what I'm talking about, but at what pressure setting have you got it set? 12, 13, 10, 9, 8, which means that intensity of blow which it gives you. And do you have the whole thing which sits around your nose and your mouth, or have you only got the nose jobby? Because heerlikheid, I mean, that thing is uncomfortable, man. I know you can set the thing, but then especially if you've got a Bart like me, this thing's going to force me to shave the whole time. Because I notice if you've got facial hairs that doesn't suck onto lekker, then all of a sudden there's so much air blowing into your eyelid and opening your oog, and then you wake up. So yeah, so Pierre, yeah, let me know what you think of that thing and whether you're actually used to it. Vos says my snorkerry 80% verdwyn toe ek op 'n rook het. The thing is, I don't snore loud because I don't snore myself awake, but my wife is a very light sleeper, so even if I sound like a baby elephant with a tummy ache, then she would regard it as a snore, just a prussie like that, you know, a little horsey that gets excited before a race. But I'm not that kind of things. I doubt it though. I doubt it. I would have script. And I mean, I've slept over in a lot of places before, and nobody's complained. It's just my wife. I don't even think I snore, but she said, well, she recorded me one night. Damn it. I actually do. Any case, sorry, been busy and went fishing last weekend. That's Chantel. Hey, did you catch anything, Chantel? Because we didn't get anything. We got nothing. And the sad thing is, we could actually see the carp, and it's huge carp. No matter what bait we use, those things are not list for nothing. They didn't want. We even made dough with those flavorings and all that kind of nonsense, and little froggies, and nothing worked with those things. Let's quickly go over here. What I also started up is natuurlijk my grass, my 21-700 option, which I have taken, and on top of that is the Vertex. And I've actually, in all my MTL setups, I've actually got the whole range of Pied Piper. In this one, I've got a bit of Connoisseur. I've got a small bit left there, but this is what is running inside the Vertex. On the grass with my old little drip tip. Nice little drip tippy over there. Any case, vape still, yeah, look at that, 30 watts. Somebody said to me, how can you vape 30? All of my MTLs I've vape at 30 watts. And then my intake MTL, I've got on top of my jelly box. There you go. my jelly box. I just like the look of this thing. I would have loved if this silver was black. Imagine that was black. It would have been cool beans. Yeah. And inside this one, I've got this caramel cigar, also from Pied Piper, because I've got a lot of his big juices left in the 60 mils, and that's nice times. And then the last setup which I've got going is the Vaporizer 4s, because I mean I really like this little device. It's just a pity it's not a 21700. I would have loved it in 21700, but it's got a great feel in the hand. I dig this guy. So I think I would be using this, even next Thursday I will be using this little setup with a Berserker MTL on top of it. So those are the 5 setups which I'm currently running tonight. Obviously in the background I've still got this little oak going. But I just want to empty it though so I can stash it away. The cream hold I've cleaned out and that's put away. That I will put up as a prize with a large amount of coils, believe it or not. I think they gave me 4 packets of coils. So I'll include that in the package as well for next week and Thursday. I think we can put that up. Except if some of the oaks want the, what is that other thing which I would have given away a long time ago? The mongrel, but you can decide. Whatever you want over there. If you smoke says hello to cancer, ask me. Hex says naand Anton Visser. Lekker Anton, little RTD2. Cute man between all these stormtroopers. Maar julle wil mos laat join. There's Henry also with his RT or R2D2. Ek sê mekaar RT. It's R2D2. Anton te dom om te kla. Martinez is in the house. My word, die dop Martinez ook uit. G-Smoke, good evening. Mooi man aan, Mr. G. Look at that, Mr. G-Smoke free. See, I have to actually tell the oaks on the Cape Town vape meet to actually find out about the vape meet, to force them to actually watch the show. Check there. If you don't, no, you can't see. Yeah, you can see. Right at the bottom. I told them, if you want to find out whether we're going to vape meet, you got to check the show. Because those oaks most don't. They don't. Or they just park in the background. They don't say a word. And then they think I must know that they are here. So yes, Mr. G Smoke Free. He will definitely, hopefully, he will be there on Saturday as well. Because he's been one of the regulars from the beginning. Same with me and same with Mr. Roy and a couple of other blokes. The regulars, but he is one of the regulars. He's a nice guy. Huh? Don't have to be afraid of him. The stories which you read in the newspaper about him is not true. I can guarantee you that. Or they never found him guilty in any case. Now. So yeah. Sith Walker, lekker. Good evening, Kaiser and chat. Sith Walker's also here. Nice man. Naand manne. Sithy's here. Arianto, hello my friend. Jo, die spring hier die chat alweer. Maso, Ben Vapes, evening vaporists worldwide. It would be nice to know that there's a worldwide representation inside the chat. I think most of the guys are from the UK, which is currently in here, which is, I'm talking about overseas. Zahir, you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm glad you're enjoying that custard. Yes, I'm using the CPAP for the last 2 years. Tianus Mulder is also using the CPAP. Lekker man. So there is hope, Tianus. It's just something you need to get used to, I assume. The longest, I mean, it's only happened one evening. The longest I managed to sleep with that thing continuous was for 5 hours. And I must say, you can actually feel a bit more energized if you manage to use it for such a long time. But unfortunately, most of the times, I use it and 2 hours later, I wake up, and then this thing blasts a maso, and then I take it off and hang it on the side of the bed. And then maybe watch a bit of YouTube for about an hour, and when I feel tired enough again, I try and put it on again and get to sleep again. And maybe then I'll be able to sleep another 3 hours with it. But I just wish I can break through it. And I mean, I've been using it for 2 weeks now. I thought it's going to be, I'm going to be accustomed to it though. So it takes a bit longer for me though. Mooi man naand, Mr. G Smoke Free. Arihanto, I missed that though. I want your guys' opinion. I'm looking at a new mod, either the Aegis Legend or the Snow Wolf Mini. The Snow Wolf Mini, isn't that the one with the internal battery inside of it? I think so. But it's a lovely looking one. I don't know where you're going to get the Snow Wolf Mini. I think I saw it in one vape vendor in South Africa, but I emailed them and actually asked them whether they still have it in stock. I never heard back from them. So I don't even know, because sometimes vendors close down and they just leave their websites up and then they're gone already. They don't even do business anymore. But I would wait for the new Aegis Legend, the new one, simply because it is smaller. It is smaller, and obviously it's got some new features inside of it as well. I see the battery latch, they've increased the size of the battery latch. It's still a dual 18650, but I'm going to show you the picture of the L200 or the Aegis Legend 2. I'm going to show you a bit later, and then you decide. But I think it's nice. I'm definitely going to get, actually thinking of getting myself two of them. The red one, I think I'll get, because I don't have a red mod besides the SX. The SX is the only one which I've got. The SX, I think the Q Mini. But I like another red one, and that red one looks lekker. It looks lekker. It's just the color configurations which, it's not the best color configurations which they brought out. Shal van Niekerk say Legend by far. True that. Yeah, it's Mr. Smoke Free, not active. Yeah, not that active. Not that active. But now tonight you're coming right tonight. Definitely not. One for the Legend. Anton Visser also supports the Legend. Ilandre Delport. He says also wait for the Legend 2. I have the full face mask, been using it for over 5 years. Now you guys give me hope. So if it works for Pierre and TNS, then I'm going to push through with this thing. Casey, you can call me. I'm using my CPAP from day one and can't be without it. Yeah, I'm definitely going to give you a call, TNS. Maybe you've got some tips for me. I must say one thing which I'm actually impressed with the thing. I was worried about the pipe, that rolling around with that thing, that the thing's going to get underneath your ear, or it's going to press you against your tit or something like that, and then you skrik wakker, and then you rip the whole thing off. But it's not the case. When you've actually got that thing on you, you can turn around and the pipe doesn't bother you. So that's not my issue. My issue is basically the fact that it sits so op my man se gesig. Chantal Marie says, ja, ons het 4 karps gevang en 3 babers. Die grootste karp was, holy crap, 4 kilograms. Oh my word. I must assume it's also catch and release. It's not always catch and release, in case you guys think I don't know what I'm talking about. Because when I was teaching at Citrusdal, what we did with some of the learners, we were a group of 5 learners, and I had 5 spear guns, and then 2 of the other learners also had spear guns. So what we did is, and the farmers actually asked us to do this, put it this way, and then we would go into the Olifants River, and that's the river running through Citrusdal, and then we would shoot bass, because the problem with the bass is when they become too much, they overpopulate the rivers, and then they start eating the smaller fish or the eggs, and then the other varieties can't bloom. So yeah, and then we had to thin out the bass, and every time which we shot any bass or carp, we had to give it to the people. The people wanted it because they actually had a way of preparing these fish, because I always thought people don't eat that kind of stuff, but they actually do. Some of them have got small little freshwater little pools at home in which they put the fish for 3 or 4 days for the I don't know if it's the water runs through their gills and filters the muddy taste out of them. I've got no idea, but they enjoyed it. We always had to give it to them. But when we go and fish and we catch something now with the kids, we catch and release, absolutely. But I think the biggest one, that carp, 4 kilograms, I think the biggest one we've caught was 150 grams. That's the kind of luck which I have. But I think it's more a case of my negative energy, because I'm so pessimistic when I go and catch fish, because I just don't care. Just to tell you what actually happened. One of my friends invited me to Still Bay for a weekend there, and he said we must go and fish, and I told him, listen, I don't know, I'm very bad like catching fish, and he said, no man, and he prepares my stick, he throws in for me everything, and I must just hold that thing, I must just hold it. So any case, so be that as it may, I obviously get hooked on some other kelp or Lord knows what, and I give the stick to this oak, and he walks around on the rotsies from side to side and actually manages to get loose. When that thing breaks loose, immediately it gets a fish. Can you talk it over to someone? It gets a fish. But no, yeah, and that's the only probably way which I will ever catch a fish. If somebody hooks something, gives me the stick, and I must control him in. Then yeah. Vape Junction got the Snow Wolf in stock, and Revolution Vape got the Legend in stock. Yeah, Revolution Vape, that's where I actually got my, that Revolution Vape, Elandra, is the one in Uppington, am I right? That's where I actually bought my black one from, my backup Ages Legend. But as I said, I would rather wait for the new one to come out, because it's not going to take long. I mean, the Oaks already posted, Mike Vapes has posted a review on it, and who's the other guy vaping? Fagan, Mark has posted a review on that, so it's going to be released soon though, so don't, just wait a while though, wait a while. There's Jurgen Strydom in the house. I'm going to show you a nice toy which Jurgens purchased himself. I'm going to show you that in the slideshow just now. Suggested coils for the Titan V2. Arihanto, what I do is I still use the blue white collars, but what I did with the blue white collars, because they're 3mm diameters, what I did is I put it around my little coily tool. Where's my little coily tool now? Okay, it was somewhere. There it is. Around this oak. And then I forced it over the 3.5. And then I gave it an extra wrap. Because with the white collar coils, you're able to do that though. Because the legs, the Quinton, I don't know if you guys know Quinton from white collar, but they cut the legs a fair length. So that allows you to actually get in an extra wrap. And that's what I used in my Titan. And it was superb. It was very, very nice. I was actually thinking of starting up my Titan again. But I'm still hoping that Steam Crave package, the new one, which they sent along for me, actually still arrives over here. One can only hope. And then I want to start up both of them just as a comparison to see if there's a performance difference in the two of them side by side. I think that would be actually very nice. But that's what I would suggest for the Titan V2. Clean barbel with putting it in clean water for a couple of days. Yeah, so it's true. So it actually does work. So it does work. A stick is a rod, a fish stick, a fish stalk. Anders sal dit mos 'n visstaaf noem in Afrikaans, because that's what a rod is, né? So I will just say a fishing sticky, but I know it's a fishing rod. I know, thanks for correcting me over there. Any case, let's quickly go to the slideshow. I just want to show you a couple of slides over there. And the first one which you see over there it is. Look at that sexy beast standing there in the middle with a guitar over his shoulder. It's windgat, it's windgat. The other oaks are not allowed to have the instruments, because that would take away the focus from Mr. Center in the middle over there, Mr. Vos Reineken. So those oaks had to put their things down, because now you can see him. And the first thing which you see is Vos Reineke. But any case, there's the poster. Just kidding. I like the bloke. I like him. I like him a lot. So don't worry. We get along very good. 120 Rand per person. Includes all kind of stuff. Look at that. Burgers and chips and the liquor stuffies. But yeah, theatre. Where's the thing over there? Jamrock Theatre. But that's the date over there. So just pause the video when you just rerun it and check out that poster. And if you're in the Cape Town area and you're looking for something to do the 4th of May, and if they've still got spots, just phone the Oaks, because these Oaks normally sell out, man. They're popular. I don't know if you remember a guy called Freddie Mercury. Now these Oaks are as popular, if not more popular, than Freddie Mercury. There's these Oaks. They can sing. Very, very nice. And he, by the way, if you missed, because you guys never read what's underneath the videos which I make, I'm sure of that. But he, when I got back and I actually checked out the footage of the holiday and compiled the video, etc., I just WhatsApped him and I said, listen, do you have a copyright, a royalty-free tune which I can use as a background? Because I don't want the thing to be striked or something like that. It takes the guy 10 minutes to mix that tune, which you hear in the background, and then he WhatsApped it to me. I took it off over here, put it inside my video editing program, and boom, there you go. So that is his tune. in the background, just as a medley. It's not his type of music, but I'm just telling you, that's the talent this guy has. Pure sheer talent, I'll tell you. Anywho, so yeah, number next, there it is. There's his force. While we're talking on force, there's the Furion, which is E1, and that's motor C4 on top of it with a very ugly drip tip. That is the chimney version, or the chimney drip tips, I assume, or the top hat drip tips, which I assume. But in any case, he's got very juicy lips, big lips. Then that's why he needs those kind of drip tips. But that he's Furion, and he's still using it. You can even see there's juice in the bottle. So it's not a photo which he just quickly took to make us think that he's using it. He's actually using it. So that's nice. And there's Mr. Arihanto. Mr. Arihanto's bumpery bump vape mail, which he got himself. Summa blotter. I don't know if it's his first blotter, but I think he's going to enjoy the blotter. He should enjoy it though. It's nice, but that is what his treat. And I think it's a Rinko. Is the mod which is inside that box over there. That's what he got. And there is Jurgen's pipe. Look at that thing. That is a beautiful pipe, but I have seen it before. It is a guy in Cape Town called Zeki. I think it's Voodoo Vapor, but he makes these pipes, and he's made quite a few, but they're very expensive. And he got it for a very good price. But I just want you to see the next photo. Just so that you can understand the size of this pipe. This thing is massive. It's 18650, but it houses 24 millimeter. That's a dwarf. You'll see there's a dwarf in that box. But yeah, check out the thing's size. Look at that. Die ding is masse groot. Hy's baie groot. So yeah. Unfortunately, as I said, at the back of the neck of the pipe, the stem of the pipe, he's got that tapered section which tapers down. And as I said, unfortunately, I don't think he's got different adapters for it though. So if you put anything smaller, this one's specifically been made for 24 millimeters because that actually fits in perfect there. But as soon as you're going to go down to 23 or 22 or even 18 or whatever, it's going to leave a gap between the atomizer and that tapered section on the neck though. And that's a pity though. But any case, but as I said, this pipe I think is made for 24 millimeters, and he's enjoying the vape. He's having it's a beautiful pipe, make no mistake. But if you don't know what mod that is a Hammer of God. Remember, that's a 421-700 mod which he's got over there. So check that thing's size. Daai ding is, soos hulle in Afrikaans sê, daai ding is, hy's moer groot. Hy's baie groot. So anywho, my goodness, is Kelvin also in the house? Kelvin is also here. Oh my lordy lord. Where did I lose you guys? Hit the like. 35 watching, only 20 likes. Who is that 15 numbnuts who has not given a like? Just smack the like button, man. 35 watching, only 20 likes. Warren Dean. Any case, you must just not forget to like. Martinez, okay, Kwai. Charles van Niekerk, Warren is Arihanto with a winner. Chantel mag daar Kaapstad toe trek. Ek hoop ek kry die pos waarvoor ek aansoek gedoen het. Chantel, are you a teacher? Or what post did you actually apply for that? It would be nice. You would enjoy the people down here in Cape Town, especially the northern suburbs. I can't say much about the southern suburbs, Oaks. I don't get in there a lot there. I've been at a vape meet in the northern suburbs where I met a lot of them and they were friendly there. But I can tell you definitely the northern suburbs guys, I think we're more relaxed. I think we're more earnest. And I think, yeah, you'll get along very nice with the Cape Townians. So hopefully you get that job. Hey, okay, just want to see what else is there. Blotter number 5. I hope you're at home tomorrow, Mr. Kaiser. I'm coming around for tea. That's the weird thing about Kelvin. You guys saw him in one show when look at who was on the show. But he was in the house. He was sitting over here, and then there was someone jumped in here and started showing some FaceTime here on the camera. That's Kelvin. And believe it or not, I mean, even how butch this oak looks, and he's got a bike. I don't know, he's still got the bike, but he looks mean. I mean, he works with his hands. He's a warrior, man. But when he comes here, he drinks tea. Now, ain't that nice? To be yourself, have a tea. You would think this oak comes in here and says, ask for a triple brandewyn and coke. But no, he enjoys a tiki, which is nice. I like it when he visits. And I think, he hasn't been here for a while, though. I think he's got quite some news to actually tell me. He's the spy in the... I'd rather not say. In any case. So ja, baie mooi pyp hier gaan sê, ek het weer die manne gehou van die pyp. That's a beautiful pipe. Anton Visser agrees, knopkierie, maar netjie sê Henry, dankie, die ding is heavy, ja, Jurgen sê it is heavy, but I mean it is heavy. If you look at the pipe at the bottom, that beautiful copper, I assume it's not going to be gold or brass I mean, it's almost the same width as the hammer of God. So yes, it's big. Anywho, and there's the Aegis Legend. As I said, it's basically just as tall, but it is, and dimension wise, it's almost as tall, but in the width and the depth, it is smaller. So yeah, so it's going to be lighter as well, and it's also apparently stepped up a level regarding, I think the one is this guy is level 7 when it comes to waterproof, dustproof, shockproof, smackproof and all that kind of stuff, and that oak's level 8. So yeah, I wouldn't mind getting it. Obviously I'm not interested in the tank, so I will get it separately. I know one of the differences, one of the changes which they actually made, well, it's not a change. I can't say that the people, and they call it a difference, but it's not. I mean, this guy's also got the port at the top for charging, and that guy as well. So I don't know why they would mention that as a change, as a difference. But color screen, which this guy is not. And then the biggest difference is that guy's got an on-off switch. If you look on the side, there where it's Geek Vape written over there, right in front of it, there's a switch which you can toggle to lock the device or unlock the device, and that I like. But I mean, I like the shape, and I'm a sucker for the shape. Put it that way. So I'm not going to sit back when this guy actually comes into South Africa, but I'll definitely get the red one as well, and then some other color configuration. I like it a lot, and by the time it gets here I would probably be able to save up a couple of bucks again, because this holiday and the bed and my son's bakkie, and we had to put in through fire doors in the garage at the back. We're just eating rice in the evenings now, just rice. And then there's a new little, also shockproof, waterproof little number, and that's also from Geek Vape. That's called the Nano Pod. But yeah, I just thought I'd show it to you guys for interest's sake. If you look at that cartridge at the bottom, you can actually see it's actually top full, so you can remove the drip tip, funny looking drip tip situation, and actually loosen your grommet and actually fill from the top. And that's nice and neat. But this guy's also got shockproof and all that kind of stuff in there as well. Not the biggest battery. I think it houses an 800 milliamp hour battery. But yeah, I'm not too keen on these little small things. And you can also hang this thing around your neck. I've never seen a vapor who hangs a vape device from somewhere on their body. I've never seen it. So Lord knows why they include all these key rings and neck rings and all that kind of stuff. Ek weet nie. Okay, let's quickly see. I don't want to miss anything over there. Knopkierie. Cheers mense, ek moet gaan werk. Kabel fout aan my word Martinez. Cheers, have a good night. Stay safe. Hy sterkte. Martinez, maar Chantal sê nee, ek het 'n miskry jong, maar ek aansoek gedoen vir 'n shirk internal auditor by die company waar ek nou werk, maar net in Bellville. Oh my word, Chantal, then you're going to be close to me. I'm in Bellville, né? So it's very, very much close. And there's quite a few vapors which is close. The Martinez also stays close. So yeah, Force is close to Bellville. Morne is close to Bellville. Who's still close to Nico Libber is close to Bellville. There's a lot of oaks which is in the Bellville area. So yeah, you'll feel welcome. There's Rufus Kane. Evening Rufus. Better late than never. Yeah, Rufus has got 10 minutes left. Weet nie of die nuwe on-off switch lank gaan hou nie. Dion, I mean, it still works on the the Dufpo V. That switch works brilliantly on the Dufpo V. I mean, even Martinez uses the green one, which I've given him. That's his daily. And I think I gave it to him about 2 years ago. And that on-off switch works lovely. I doubt that it's going to be a problem on the Aegis Legend. I seriously doubt it. Rufus is Arianto, no notification. Yeah, Rufus, I've got no idea. YouTube most doesn't give notifications anymore, especially not from vape videos. None at all. Ben Vape says, I love my original Aegis Legend, but I think I will go for the Smok Arc Fox for another beta deal 18650. Love the side fire. Still have an Aegis Legend as a backup in a draw. Yeah, I'll get this Aegis Legend. My might get the Arc Fox as well. You never know. Ek like al soos 'n pot. I also like the Arc Fox, says Peter Kok. Stem saam Dion. I'm going to hang my hog around my neck. Just need steel cables first. Is the hog heavier than that pipe? No, I know it will be. It will be heavier. Anywho, there's the next one over there. That's another little device which is being released by Geek Vape again. That's called the Z50. Also got an internal battery, but I'm not sure if you guys can recognize those buttons. Quickly see if somebody in chat's going to recognize those buttons. But yeah, especially on the silver edition of the Z50, you can see that button. That face looks a lot like the face of what? Let's check. Who knows the gear? But yeah, that's a Z50, so that's coming along as well. As I said, internal battery, unfortunately. So I won't be interested except if they send it to review, but I doubt it there. And then Freemax is releasing this guy, the Marvos T80. It's called the T80. 3000 milliamp battery on the inside of this monkey nut. And apparently aluminum. So yeah, quality materials being used. But I mean, Freemax is known for having good coils. So I'm sure that guy will sell well. Unfortunately, it is, even though it's an 80-watt device, you are not going to be able to adjust it with a screen or whatever. You're going to get 3 settings though. I think it's a red and a blue and a green for your various strengths. But yeah, so depending on obviously the coil which is inside of it, you can decide whether you probably want it at 30 watts or 20 watts, whatever, then jumps to 50 watts and jumps to 80 watts. Heaven knows how that thing's going to work. But that's the Marvos T80 from Freemax. And then look at that Okie. This thing is called Heerlikheid, Aspire. Man, what's the bloody thing's name? The Vitter or something like that. Yeah. The Aspire Volter. So I assume it's like filter, because you have got those 2 drip tip as options which you have. And apparently this is the oak. This is the thing. 450 milliamp battery inside of this. But this is the oak which is going to give you the closest to a cigarette, simulate a cigarette. If you use that Aspire, that white drip tip, obviously you can get that feeling of the cigarette in the mouth as well. I would be keen to try this, to be quite honest though. But yeah, the drip tip, the black one is made out of Delrin, and then the white one is made out of what they call, it's PEI, some other plastic though, but it's also got food grade paper on the inside, which is going to give you that filter effect. But yes, that is the Volter from Aspire, which will be released soon. Jurgen says, I'll set up the pipe and see what the weight is. Hog is 665 build and juiced up, I assume, with the atomizer. But yeah, Anton knows it's a Volter. And yeah, for all you Vandy Vape fans, I don't know if you've seen this atomizer. This is called the Wrath RDA, which is going to be released by Vandy Vape soon. And yeah, you've got interesting build post. You cannot not see the positive and negatives on that post. But yeah, single coil, dual coil. You've got the type of drop situation airflow adjustments, which you can see at the top, how you can adjust your airflow. And then in the middle, they had to put some innovation in there. Apparently, you get different sections which you can screw onto the top, so that you can customize your drip tip situation a bit there. So that is there as well. But this is the Wrath from Vandy Vape. Okay, nothing else in chat. Hierdie ouks is stil, of mis ek nou weer klomp goed gaan. Hierdie ding net ewe skielik spring. Okay, then that is the Wrath, and then we have got another, I think. Yeah, look at that one. Look at that. Some of you oaks who've been vaping for quite a while. I mean, I've got something in my collection which looks a lot like that. Not with a drip tip though. Remember, you can switch that drip tip to something else. And if you put another drip tip on there, what do you think it's going to look like? And that thing is called the, it's got a long name, the Tannhauser Gate version 2 RDA by a company, a Russian company called PSDBD, which was previously known as Poisoned Blood. So they have just shortened the name, abbreviated the name to PSD, Poisoned BD Blood. So in any case, but that's the Tannhauser. Now the previous Tannhauser, the version 1, was actually released at exactly the same time as the other atomizer, which this guy looks a lot like, which is the Cosmonaut, if you haven't guessed it by now. But in any case, so it's got a very nice, I like that build deck, the look of that build deck. But apparently this thing is designed in the interior that no matter how high or low you put your coils to the base, that it's still going to give you a satisfactory vape. Because apparently those posts have been designed in such a way that when the air actually comes in, it creates the swirl effect of air on the inside. They always guarantee the coils being hit with the same amount of air. Interesting. So yeah, I just don't know if it's a hype just to advertise the thing, whether it's going to be available to the rest of us there. But yeah, I think it's the same company that brought out, what was there? There was a certain time when I was looking for an MTL RTA, but I couldn't find it in it didn't get to South Africa though. What was it, man? And I'm still looking for it if I can find it. Maybe some of you can just type in Google quickly, PSDBD or Poison Blood RTA. Maybe I must just do it quickly there. Let's quickly do it. Let's do that. Poisoned Blood. I don't think I'm going to get to the name of this RTA before MTL RTA. MTL. Before I actually get to this bloody thing. Oh my word, now it's all Russian. It's all Russian names. I'm sure it was them that brought it out, man. Almost something. Why do I? Now I've got no idea. Poison Blood, MTL, RTA. PSDBD. PSDBD. Let's try that one. There's it. Look at that. The Nevermore. The Nevermore RTA. Same company that brought out that. And as I said, unfortunately, we can't get our hands on that. And I would still like to try that Nevermore RTA. So yes, if I get it somewhere, if I see it secondhand, I'll immediately pick it up. Immediately. I almost forgot to vape. Let's take the exhibit now. In any case, so yeah, just the last thing which I actually want to share with you guys is some news which I came across. And while I'm reading the news, you can check out that little poster again. But yeah, I just thought it would be interesting. It's just something, in case somebody talks to you again and say, but yeah, nicotine is bad, blah, 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 blah. Just listen to this. Maybe some of you knew this. Back in 1867, people extracted niacin from nicotine in cigarettes. There are two naturally occurring forms of niacin and niacinamide, both of which are involved in the body's energy metabolism in the form of coenzymes and play an important role in cholesterol metabolism. So these would be the benefits of smoking and vaping when it comes to nicotine. Number one, niacin and nicotine is used for various types of hypolipoproteinemia and mainly treats various types of hyperlipidemia, my word, these names are big, with the exception of homozygous familial hypercholesterolemia. So in any case. Number 2, suitable for patients with elevated low-density lipoprotein levels and high cholesterol levels. Niacin and nicotine can also be used for patients with severe hypercholesterolemia, which means you've got too much cholesterol, obviously. Have not been treated with bile acid chelating agents. Niacin and nicotine is used for migraine, cerebral artery embolisms, dizziness of the inner ear. Nicotine helps you lose weight. Nicotine creates creative inspiration. Nicotine can cause cancer only when it directly affects the human body, when its purity is extremely high and the nicotine content of tobacco is far below this standard. Okay, the same with obviously vaping as well. So these levels of nicotine which we're vaping should be fairly safe. Number 8, nicotine is expected to be an effective drug for the treatment of Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, and depression. Gotta say, Parkinson's disease is bad. I lost my mother to Parkinson's disease. That sucks. Number 9, nicotine is found not only in tobacco but also in fruits of mainly nightshade plants. For example, tomatoes, medlar, and other plants contain nicotine, but these vegetables and medicinal substances are considered beneficial for the human body, so a small amount of nicotine will not cause serious harm. And then number 10, nicotine stimulation can temporarily cause people to become more alert. So yeah, but I mean, we know it's a stimulant in any case. And then the other interesting thing which I actually found is for Germans. I actually feel sorry for Germany. Those oaks are planning to pass a bill. It has not been approved, but once it has been approved, then nicotine or vaping products will become 3 times more expensive in Germany from 1st January 2021. And it's actually very sad to see, because hear this, the government says these taxes will improve public health. But the reality is quite the opposite. As a less harmful alternative, vaping should be more affordable than smoking in order to encourage smokers to quit. So it's just such an evil ploy, increasing the tax on these vaping products, and basically going to force those people not to be able to afford it and go back to smokes. It's ridiculous, man. It's so sad. But in any case, ladies and gentlemen, let's quickly check if I missed something in chat so we can catch up to that. And die drip tip doen it nie vir my nie, né? That drip tip and that thing's ugly. You're talking about the Tannhauser REA. Tornado tank, lekker aand vir almal. Waarom bly hoor die koue kom vir die naweek? Well, it has already been cold for the past 2 days down in Cape Town, but I enjoy cold. I like it. Anton Visser says, daai drip tip lyk soos 'n toilet seat. Boilo Chantel, Jurgen says, Advis, lach my gat af, laugh my ass off. Henry says, lekker en lekker naweek, Chantel. Henry, lol Anton, I tried to get the Nevermore companies, always out of stock. Yeah, that's a pity. I would still love to try that Nevermore. Dankie vir die advertensie, waardeer dit Vos, no problem. I hope somebody adheres to that ad and joins you for that night to listen to Vos's nice voice. Jurgen says, nee Keizer, voel of ek terug op school is. Daai groot woorde maak my dom. I mean, I can't even pronounce those big words in English. But yeah, so my 18 milligram Nick is goed for my cool. There's Mr. G, smoke free, nothing wrong with his nicotine levels, which we are vaping. Nothing wrong with them. So yeah, I mean, even me that are enjoying my MTL, I mean, I vape a lot of MTL when I'm sitting over here in front of the computer and checking out emails and doing all kind of stuffies. So I'm still good. I'm still fine. So any oaks, I don't know if any one of you guys which actually wanted to say something, but you must remember to email me pictures of your setups if you want me to show it to the people. Email me photos of yourself or your wife or whatever the case may be. Let's just see if somebody didn't. Will join, not to worry. Yes, let's quickly see who said that. It's Mike. Will join, not to worry. Mike, where are you? I don't see you inside this chat. Manea. Be that as it may. Guys, I'm going to leave you. I'm going to say thank you very much for joining this evening though. Hopefully you can attend the vape meet. Just make a turn. If you're in the Cape Town area, Oakdale Club in Belleville. As I said, normally from 12 o'clock. Herman Roykat, he's very amped on these kind of things. He'll probably be there at 10 to 12 already. So yeah, it's a very nice venue. There's milkshakes. They've got very nice Gordon Blurs, awesome hot dogs, very good prices. And you're going to enjoy all those prices, those cheap prices, because I'm a member of that club. So yeah, come and make a turn and come say hello. Hier's 'n moerse klomp chat wat nou ewe skielik gespring het. But I don't think I'll be able to go through all this chat. Voel of ek terug sit oor nee, dis hom nie te veel nie. Please don't send the man any nudes. And look at Jurgens, please don't send the man any nudes. I don't I'm not interested in nudes. I mean, heerlikheid, what you haven't seen by now you will never see. I mean, I've been there, done that. I know there's a couple of Debbie Does Texas and Debbie Does Dallas. I mean, those things at school already. So we over that. So no, your nudes I'll just show to my class as part of my anatomy lessons. So any case, guys, have a good weekend, and I hope to see some of you guys on Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon at Oakdale Club at our local Cape Town vape meet. So yeah, have a good weekend, and whatever you're going to do, just check out for the taxis. Cheers, eh?